Hi everyone, I'm Deven McCarthy and this is Jersey Girl Meets Worlds, a podcast series about your average Jersey girl trying to find her way through her last semester of college and of course, the real world. Today we will be discussing the do's and don'ts of interviewing, so you can kill your next interview and land that internship. Let's get started. So today we have Briana DeRose with us. Hello. Briana has had numerous internships, which means she is a champ at the interview process. So today we'll pick her brain on the interview process to land that internship. So what would you say are your top 3 to-dos while interviewing?
Well, first, I would let them tell you to sit before you actually sit down after you shake their hand, of course. You don't want to feel overly comfortable,
Right.
and you want to show that, you're a respectable person and
Right.
you're kind and so on. So before sitting down, as soon as you walk into the office, let them tell you to take a seat.
All right.
Second, I would say this is the most obvious one, but dress nicely, because you would rather be overdressed than underdressed. And I'm not saying wear a tuxedo or a ballroom gown. I'm saying, a nice skirt and a blouse, or a button-down shirt, or even a suit jacket. Even for the most comfortable of workplaces where they're really casual, you still want to be a little bit more dressed up for the first time you meet them, because your first impression is very important.
Right. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
Exactly.
All right.
And then third, I would say display your traits and qualifications. So rather than saying that you're creative or tech savvy, show them that you're creative or tech savvy. So for an example, in class that we just had, one girl wanted to work for BuzzFeed and decided to create a Pinterest about what she would do for BuzzFeed, and that was part of her portfolio that she handed in to BuzzFeed, and that was the reason why she got her interview, and then she got the job because of how she showed that she was creative rather than just telling them and having them have to trust her word even though they've never met before. So rather than walking in and being like I'm an extremely organized person, so show them something that shows that you're organized, or show them something that shows that you are creative and talented, and rather than just telling them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thanks.
Now that we know what to do in an interview, thanks to Briana, I want to go over what not to do. According to Forbes, the top 9 things not to do in an interview are freeze up, dominate, be sloppy, self-aggrandized, throw anyone under the bus, focus more on the perks rather than the job, be opinion-free, stretch the truth, and be clueless about the hiring company. While some of these seem like common sense, I wanted to talk about being self-aggrandized because it's always hard to find the right balance between having the right amount of confidence and cockiness at the same time. So, for example, the dreaded question, what is your biggest weakness? I think that gets a lot of us every time. So when you're asked this question, don't act like you don't have one. Everyone has a weakness. Giving a truthful answer shows that you're mature and self-aware, and that there's always room for improvement. So what I always like to say my weakness is I like to take on a lot of things at once. And although that is a weakness and I stretch myself out sometimes, I do believe I work better under pressure. So I am giving a weakness, but I also show that there's a positive outcome to that weakness. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned something new today and will feel just a bit more comfortable going into your next interview. Also, a special thanks to my friend Briana for sharing her wisdom with us, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening.